Hi everyone, and welcome along to this week's episode of Learn to Trade Online. I'm Paul Botterill from Maximise to Wealth and Online Trading Profits.
Hi, I'm Simon Williams. I'm a crypto trader and crypto investor.
Hi guys, I'm Ash Bull and I am an investor and trader.
It's great to have your company in the room and in the Facebook room. We're doing an extra show today at 6 p.m. Sing. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Sing as well. We're going to do a quick update on the trading competition. Our contestant, Gabriel Sim, he is running away with it. He is on fire with that gold short trade. We'll have a quick look at that, but that'll be decided tomorrow in our show. Then we're going to have Ash and Simon do their trades for this week and their sports bets for this week. And then we're going to wrap it up pretty quick and we'll be back tomorrow with my trade and sports bet of the week. And a new contestant to come in and play for another $1,000. It looks almost certain that Gabriel will win the $1,000 tomorrow. And we will then do another $1,000. We like giving away $1,000. So here's the update on the trading competition at the moment. Gabriel is up by all of us in profit, but Gabriel's in profit by over $1,000. This gold shorter has been at 1922. He's down. He's up about $80. That is a decent move on gold, isn't it? I don't have that chart up.
That is a great trade.
Great
trade. Look at that.
And I love it. It's just beautiful. If you're a trend trader, lower highs, lower lows, you got into the right place and the timing. That's when you do a competition like this, entries, we've got a specific time to trade and a specific time for it to end. And timing requires a little bit of luck, and he has lucked out. Got all the others up as well. The experts are up as well, just not up as much as Gabriel. And that's what we want. If we're to be beaten, I'd like to be beaten at a time when we are all in profit. We will finalize that tomorrow. If you're joining us on Facebook, if you're joining us on YouTube, if you're joining us on Twitter, we'll be about 10 minutes a day. Stay with us as we look at our trades for next week. We are going to go, first of all, Simon, what is your trade of the week for next week?
Okay, let's go. You should be looking at the NASDAQ. I can't believe I'm doing this, but the 4 S's, so shutdowns. The US government was a likely shutdown today. It would have only impacted discretionary spending, so not things like Social Security, but it would still have impacted $1.6 trillion of the budget. There was a vote last night, I believe, to not shut it down. That's a 45-day reprieve, but it's still negative news. The second S is strikes. The United Auto Workers are striking and happening for the last 2 weeks, brings lower economic output with less cars manufactured, which brings periods of wage growth. Potential return of inflation. I know the PCE numbers were pretty good on Friday, and there was a bit of a rally in gold, and obviously the gold sell-off. We all saw that last week, but I'm not reading too much into that at this stage. The third S, student debt. So starting this week, the loan repayments are reinstated. 45 million Americans will be 500 a month worse off. And the last S, the fourth S, stagflation. The renewed fear of stagflation, which leads to higher inflation, which, as we all know, leads to higher interest rates. So with all that brewing in the background, I'm sensing a wind of change, maybe a short one, at least, please, at the very least, a small pullback. I am short the NASDAQ, and I'm short the NASDAQ because stochastic RSI, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time that weekly stochastic RSI, just weekly, not daily, I don't work below weekly. As soon as it's on the top, we sell off. We sell off, we sell off, we sell off, we go sideways, but at least we didn't go up. The standard RSI, the last time we were at these levels, we sold off straight away. Looking at this blue line at the top, this level of resistance, we've hit it once, twice, 3, 4. This is the 5th time. This trend line goes back all the way to 2016. Resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance again. We're 7% back to trend. And one more thing, the first week of October, seasonals, there's October. The first week of October is usually a sell-off. So that's me, short the NASDAQ. Over to you guys.
Really like it, Simon. That is fantastic. I like NASDAQ short. What about you, Ash? What do you got?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Si, with your analysis. I am also looking at something which is, I guess, a bit of a tricky one to kind of decipher which is the growth story here. And I suspect it's going to be more to do with the euro than it is to do with the CAD. So my trade is a euro CAD long. We've seen a big sell-off over the course of the last few weeks into the month and a half. Really good pickup on Friday, but really good pickup really on Thursday and Friday. So a little pop to the upside. Looks to me, if we kind of come back down to the lower timeframes here, that we've got just a little bit of a breakthrough here. Not hugely, not hugely aggressive, but I think coming back into these areas, then taking a bounce, I think is probably a decent way to go. When you look at the weekly, the picture makes it even more attractive. Decent trend line coming from down here, which looks like we're just popping above. Decent pattern here, which suggests that we're right on the neckline of this at this head and shoulders and this low test bar. So this is suggesting to me that we're going to get some a run back to the upside. Euro CAD doesn't tend to seasonally start really kicking in till November. So if this does start to kick in at these lower levels, and there is some at least some range bound price action until November, this could actually be a trade that could be held for quite some time. But this is all about the week, and this week it's Euro CAD long.
Nice.
Like it, Ash, if you can unshare, that'd be great. Like it, Ash. So we've got Nasdaq short. We've got first time we've got Euro CAD long for Ash. And these trades we're given out today will be put on during the show tomorrow at 6 p.m. Sing. We'll be having a look to see whether Gabriel's won that $1,000. We'll know tomorrow at 6. And at that stage, we'll be putting those trades and my trade on, as well as finding one more member of the public, one of you guys, to see whether you can come in and join us and see whether you can make $1,000 on your trade. All you'll need to do is be on the Learn to Trade online Facebook group. We'll post that link tomorrow. You guys should be in there already. We'll ask a question on the show. You'll answer it in there, and the first person to answer the question will get the chance to put their trade up against a Nasdaq short, a Euro CAD long, and whatever I go. And I might even go oil long again. I quite like the oil long at the moment. See, Bloomberg put that out at $150 target at the moment. That will hard to see inflation doing anything but going up if oil gets up around those kind of levels are pretty out there. Anyway, that's the two trades of the day. Let's do sports bet of the day. Ash, can you go first? How did your sports bet go from last week? If you've got a result, and what's your sport bet for this week?
Well, unfortunately, my sports bet has not yet played out from last week, so it's not something that I can talk about as yet. It's going to be completed by around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. So we're looking at a good 4 hours, maybe even 5 or 6 hours before the. I beg your pardon?
We'll report it tomorrow.
We'll be able to report it tomorrow. Yeah. So it was for under 2.5 goals for Fulham Chelsea. Chelsea can't seem to get any goals at the minute, and Fulham are struggling too. So I think it's going to be a tight affair. But my sports bet for next week, which is going to be for next weekend, Arsenal to beat Manchester City. Manchester City lost for the first time in quite some time yesterday against Wolves. And I think that particular form is going to continue. I don't know why. What?
You know, I'm on this show early in the season saying, watch out for Wolves. They're better than they look. They can score goals, those Wolves. And someone said no, but they can score goals. Big call, Ash. You've got Arsenal to beat Man City. So you think Man City won't bounce? How long since they've had losses in a row?
That I didn't look into, but the fact that they're up against Arsenal. I mean, look at that price, 39-20. That's practically a 2-to-1 trade for Arsenal to beat Man City at home when Man City are coming off the back of the loss. Now, it's one of those kind of bets that you look at and say, actually, regardless of whether you think it's going to happen, the value of that particular bet is worth every single penny. So that's the bet this week. Arsenal to beat Man City. I think it's going to happen, but I love the price.
The draw's a good price as well, right? Yeah, 2.5 to 1 on the draw's pretty good.
Yeah,
the
draw is
interesting, isn't it? Man City remain, even coming off that loss, and they did lose to the mighty Wolves, who were tipped out on this show. But even after that loss, they are right up there. Can we jump out of that screen, Ash and Simon? Your sports bet of the day.
Yeah. So for me, I'm into the championship this week. Last Friday, the owner of Sheffield Wednesday wrote a letter to all of the supporters of the club, basically telling them that he hated them, to stop pestering him about spending money. And they were already in free fall. They got absolutely smacked at the weekend. The players didn't turn up. they did turn up, but they may as well have not bothered. Everyone's in turmoil in Sheffield, so I've got West Brom to beat Sheffield Wednesday, Tuesday night, and my bet, £100 bet, pays £65, so 0.65. Sheffield Wednesday to lose to West Brom.
Like it.
Nice, like that, Simon. I'll do my sports bet for this week tomorrow. I'll have a look then, but my sports bet from last week, the NRL, the National Rugby League final, is taking place in Australia right now. There have been 3 tries scored in that game, and all 3 have been converted. So we got $1.95 to $1 on that. So nearly 2 to 1 on that. The 2 best kickers in the competition kicking the goals. I nearly took my normal $50 bet and made it 1,000. I really looked at the bet and just went, "You are kidding me! That is money for jam." Those boys just do not miss. Guys, anything before we wrap the show up today? Look, Ash and I are going to IFTA this week. We'll talk about that tomorrow as well. We'll be doing a report from the show, probably from IFTA on maybe Thursday and Friday after the day, around 5:30 p.m. We'll confirm that tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock to do my trade for the week, to find a contestant to see if they can smash us again. I mean, what the heck? They smashed us this week. Can we find someone to smash us again next week? We'll have a look. We'll be talking next week amongst ourselves about the rules of these competitions, how they work, what we want to do with them. For now, we're pretty easy beating because you can pick the right things and get some pretty good chances against us. Anything before we wind it up, lads?
Not for me.
No. Trade well.
Yeah.
After your capital, guys. Take care of yourself. Those trades will go on tomorrow when the market is open. We'll do it in the show. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us tonight. See yous.